This aircraft was born to kill the J-20 and Su-35. It is a twin jet fighter that can operate from aircraft carriers and shore bases. This versatile aircraft is capable of performing all combat aviation missions: air superiority and air defense, close air support, deep attack, reconnaissance, anti-ship strike, and nuclear deterrence. With more than 30,000 flight hours in operation, it has proven its worth in combat in Afghanistan, Libya, Mali, Iraq, and Syria. The Rafale was ordered by Egypt, Qatar, and India. Military aviation is undoubtedly the most strategic weapon today, both in terms of combat effectiveness and of critical technologies implemented. In modern warfare, air dominance from day one is a must, so that air-to-ground and air-to-sea operations can be conducted safely and efficiently. The Rafale, with its omni-role capabilities, is the right answer to the capability approach selected by an increasing number of governments. Of a moderate size, yet extremely powerful, superbly agile, and very discreet, the latest type of combat aircraft from Dassault Aviation does not only integrate the largest and most modern range of sensors, it also multiplies their efficiency with a technological breakthrough: the multi-sensor data fusion. Rafale superior to Russia's Su-35 and Chinese J-20. Why? The Indian Air Force, IAF, has made it clear that the pilots, ground crew, and the fighter will be operationally ready as the jets reach India. Even though Rafale is a 4.5 generation aircraft and China claims that its J-20 is a 5th generation, the Rafale has enough capabilities to counter the Chinese premier aircraft, say experts. J-20 weapons system no match for Rafale. Experts say if the J-20 was the best, why would the Chinese go for the Russian Su-35? But the Russian jets too might not be able to compete with the Rafale. Su-35 is also no match to the Rafale with its weapons, superior sensors, and fully integrated architecture. The capability to supercruise even with 4 missiles, stealth characteristics all put together make the Rafale far more potent than Su-35, Nambi are added. The J-20 uses the same engine as Su-30. But the Rafale engine is better in terms of reliability, longevity, and maintainability. The Rafale pilot jammed the Su-35 radar without problems. The Polish press broadcasts conjectures about the training battle of the Egyptian Air Force planes. Publications that exercises were held in Egypt, in which French and Russian-made Rafale and Su-35 SE fighters, respectively, converged in a simulated air battle, are actively discussed in foreign media. It all started with a blog post claiming that the Su-35 SE was defeated in a training air battle against the French Rafale. At the same time, there was no official confirmation of this information from the Egyptian Air Force. However, this did not become a hindrance for a number of European specialized media, which began to talk about the superiority of Western aircraft over Russian. In particular, the material in which the author tries to analyze the lost Su-35 during the exercises in Egypt. The battle was published in the Polish military-themed publication Defense 24. The Polish author, without going into details of what the real purpose of the teachings was, writes: during the training battle, the Russian Su-35 played the role of aggressor and was supposed to attack the Rafale. However, the French fighter pilot quickly realized that he was being irradiated by the radar, and with the help of an onboard electronic warfare system Thales Spectra, self-protection equipment to counter threats for Rafale aircraft, he jammed the Su-35 radar without any problems. The pilot of the Russian-made aircraft could not control his weapons, and the Rafale pilot easily tracked the enemy with his radar, counterattacked, and eventually shot him down. The Polish author writes that in this way it was clearly proved that in the one-on-one confrontation, the French fighter clearly outperforms the Russian-made enemy. Moreover, straight from the Russian aircraft plant after the pilot was trained by Russian instructors. These conclusions sound, to put it mildly, strange. Even if this kind of exercise was carried out in the Egyptian Air Force, then it is certainly impossible to draw a conclusion from one conditional air battle about the advantage of one 4th-generation aircraft over another. Indeed, in the variant of a single imitation battle, any of the aircraft would have gained the upper hand anyway. And if it turned out to be a Su-35, then would they write in the same Poland that the Russian fighter is definitely superior to the French Rafale? There is an opinion that it is unlikely. Moreover, neither the training nor the experience of the pilots was taken into account. In addition, there is no information about the main thing: whether the Egyptian pilot of the Su-35 was tasked with conditionally destroying the discovered Rafale, or the task was to work out exactly the departure of Rafale from a possible attack using the available onboard means. Without these data, the publication in the Polish press looks like a broadcast of speculation, nothing more. Moreover, these speculations are clearly aimed at contributing to the competition in the global fighter market and organizing anti-PR for Russian fighters, which, whether it would be desirable in Poland or not, have managed to prove themselves excellently all over the world. Rafale can counter China's premier fighter jet Chengdu J-20. Rafale is far superior to the J-20, the Chengdu fighter of China. Even though it's believed to be a fifth-generation fighter, it is probably at best a 3.5-generation aircraft. It's got a third-generation engine as we have in the Sukhoi, said Air Marshal Nambiar, RETD, who flight-tested the Rafale fighter jets for India. The stealth characteristics of the J-20 are also under suspicion, say experts based on several analyses done by the Indian Air Force. The J-20 was hyped to be a highly stealthy aircraft, and that it could conceal itself in operations, and not be easily detected. Superior combat abilities. It can lift load up to 1.5 times its weight, which means it can carry weapons and fuel much more capacity than the J-20, said an IAF official. The biggest difference is that Rafale is an omni-role aircraft. It can carry out at least 4 missions in one sortie, while the J-20 cannot carry out multiple missions as one go. The Rafale is battle-hardened and has been used in Afghanistan, Libya and Syria, while the J-20 has not been part of any action. Also, the Meteor missile in Rafale makes it far more potent than the J-20 or the Su-30. Other than the Hammer, which is a last-minute addition, the fighter jet is armed with potent Meteor and Scalp missiles that will enhance airstrike capabilities and air dominance of the Indian Air Force. The Meteor is a beyond visual range long air-to-air missile with a range of 150 kilometers. Scalp is a long-range cruise missile with a range of 200 kilometers that can be launched from the aircraft for deep strikes to hit fixed and stationary targets in land or water. Rafale will also have the Mica missiles that can be used both for visual and beyond-range air-to-air interception and air-to-ground strikes.